Hello, friends.
Hello.
And welcome back to, I don't know what episode this is.
We really don't.
We should have really counted.
We should have.
But we didn't. So.
I was like, can I figure it out? I can't.
I think it's like episode 6. Hold on.
Wait.
Let's start
Yeah.
Let's start again. Let's start again. You're listening to
In the Sheets. 2 black women,
1 bed,
no protection. From foreplay to fuck ups,
love, lust, and everything in between.
come with us. In the Sheets. It's weird because at this point in my life, there's so many difficult things I feel like I'm having to juggle. The 27 of it all is really 27 in. Like I 100% feel like I am going through my Saturn return right now.
Oh my god. Yeah.
My god, it's never ending. But it really is.
Saturn just returning for years. When they said that your Saturn return is actually for like a year and a half, like they said it's not just
the 27.
No, because I'm 28. I'm gonna be 29.
God.
I'm gonna be 29, and I still feel like it's the end. It's like the latter end of the Saturn return.
Okay, well that's at least what's the word? It gives me hope that you feel like you're near the end of it.
Kind of.
But
like I said, there's lids that still need to be placed.
Oh yeah.
Because I just don't. I feel like it's returned.
Yeah.
But I still feel like it's the aftermath of that return that I'm still dealing with.
Interesting. What do you feel like has been your biggest like aha moment or your biggest learnt lesson in your Saturn return so far?
What we were speaking about just before we started recording, and I was telling you about the situation that I was in on my birthday.
Yes.
That all happened. That was my 27th birthday.
Wow.
That was my 27th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Oh my god.
That was my 27th birthday.
Oh my god.
And that was the epitome. So I don't want to go too into the situation, but it was my first solo trip, and I was traveling by myself, and then I was hit with news that was very, very upsetting to me, and I was heartbroken. I would say I was heartbroken, and so I think what was interesting about that was that I feel like the Saturn return really hit me. It was like I had to do that. I had to block. I had to set boundaries. I had to do the things that I wasn't so used to doing, and that was like the first like bam of the Saturn return.
Wow,
and I think like that was the eye-opening moment, because I think from that point on everything I did became boundaried, became understanding like what I want, and then asking myself every day, what is this? Am I happy in the situation? Is this what I want to do from my job to I mean I wasn't in the job that I'm in now. I wasn't in that job then. I was also, again, just out of that situation. I was wondering whether I'm actually looking for something serious versus not so much.
Wow.
I feel like we should go into this in pillow talk. But
I think we should, because like, I don't know how we found ourselves here, but because we need to compare notes.
I feel
okay.
like, I feel like that's exactly it. I feel like, okay. Oh,
wow.
I feel so confuzzled, but I feel like that should be our pillow talk. So, the word of the week this week is benchwarmer.
Okay.
Benchwarmer is the person kept on the bench just in case the main roster doesn't work out.
Oh no.
It says it's got like a quote. He checks in every few weeks like it's an internship follow-up. Moral: know if you're in the game or just warming the seats.
Interesting.
Girl.
Interesting.
And I think like following on our, or getting into our conversation about dating in 20s, I think that word benchwarmer is so dynamic, because you can either be the one who has the team on the bench, or you could be the bench warmer, or you can actually be on the bench.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god.
Because you can be the one that has your team on the bench, that you're like, if this these are the different bits of my roster.
Yeah.
And if this doesn't work out, I still have my bench warmer over
Yes,
there.
yes.
Who I know is like gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna want it.
They're gonna want it. But then you could also be the person who's like sitting on the bench thinking, "Fuck."
Yeah. When are they gonna? When are they gonna
commit to me?
That's so interesting. I'm really assessing myself, and I'm like, do I utilize the bench warming system? No comment.
Am I a bench warmer? Or do I warm the bench?
I mean, I definitely am the coach. I decide who gets to play.
That
part. I don't stay warming any benches. I'm a very like thingy person, but I definitely think like in terms of like my roster, yeah, I get the term, unfortunately. But I also like, I just think when you're casually dating or casually, you know, having sex with people, you do need to have some kind of tier system. You can't give everybody everything. And I've also realized recently that I'm someone that doesn't like to have sex that's devoid of some kind of connection or intimacy. So I can have casual sex without having feelings for someone quite, you know, easily. Like that's not something that comes hard to me, especially after what I've been through this year. But I still need to have a sense of connection with that person. I still need to like be attracted to them. I still need to kind of be interested in like what they have to say. We still need to be able to like have conversations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's others that you enjoy. Maybe I don't want to speak for you, but there may be others that you enjoy sleeping with, and there's like a good sexual time, but there might not be the same connection. If there's a connection, but it might not be the same connection.
100%.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be with that person.
100%.
It just means that you like their company the most.
Yeah, and it's funny because I feel like with my favorite person, I have to be very guarded when I'm spending time with them. Right. Yeah.
Because it could feel like...
Very quickly, this is how we slip into situationship territory, and we're not doing that here. Right. So I have to be like, we can have great conversations. They're really supportive of the podcast. Like, even before we were, you know, thinking it, we would have chats about it and stuff. But like, there's only so much. I feel like...
No, I feel like you will.
It's fine. But you know, but there's only so much I can share of myself with that person.
Yeah.
Because if I share too much, feelings are gonna get involved, and I'm not in that space.
Yeah.
So I just find that really interesting in terms of like the bench warming system.
The bench warming.
Because not everybody can be number one, and like, you know, I am so supportive of like casual dating, and I'm quite supportive of casual sex, but I also think there's only so much that your heart or like your like mind can give to people without it turning into like a sex or a dating addiction. Like,
that's
you know,
true.
there's only so much you can give, so there has to be some kind of like
tier system. There has to be some sort of... I mean, I was talking with one of my male friends that is, you know, transitioning into casual dating after being in a relationship, and I said to him that it's literally calendars and condoms, because it's like understanding like the boundaries and where people sit within that roster if you're gonna create one. That there's some people who make the cut, and there's other people who are just, we understand that we see each other every couple of months, and that's what that is. Exactly. And then there's people who you see nearly every week. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be with that person, but it just means that, like, we click.
Yes.
And do things. And it's so interesting, because I was also telling him that you can date. Like, there's people that, when I had a roster, it was like there was people that I would just specifically date. And that would just be date. We would just go on dates, and we would hang out, and... we would hang out and maybe kiss and you know, touch privates. But then there would be people who it was like full on, like all we would do is smash. Yeah. And that was fine. Yeah. And then there was a person, or, you know, that is the main thing. I don't know the word. But it's like the main person that I was like, ooh, this person is gonna be my, you know, we go on dates, we talk on the phone. I help them uplift them, and they do the same thing for me. Aww. And it's not necessarily like that is my boyfriend or the partner that I'm with, but it was just because of where I was mentally. But it was an understanding that we're locked in that sense. So yeah, and it's different, and I know it's different, because I would say now the trajectory of which I'm going, and it's not I'm not casually dating at the moment. I'm working towards something serious. So it's not it's not the same thing as like, oh, that's my main thing. It's like, no, there's no things, there's no roster. It's this person that I'm working with to build something with, which is, I feel like, makes that difference.
Yeah, definitely. I think the moment you're ready to like change, or you're ready to like put away your little black book,
add the lids and put away the books.
Put away the books and add the lid,
close the calendar,
then you know. And I actually think, like, for me, one of the biggest things that can take a relationship from like, we're just fucking, or we casually see each other, to, wow, this is something more serious, is that whole thing that you're saying about we uplift each other, we support each other, we can rely on each other.
Yes. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to one of my favourite parts, pillow talk. Pillow talk. I love that little get cozy.
It's time for pillow talk. It's hot, no? Isn't it sexy?
It's so sexy. I love it.
Exactly.
Get cozy. It's time for pillow talk.
I feel as if the way that I see dating, I mean, and I'm not in a space right now where I want to date anybody. I need to heal from my previous relationship. But I know that when I re-enter the dating world, the things I'm looking for are different.
Yes.
Like, they're really different. I'm trying not to be rude, which is why I'm pausing to not be honest. I've been with enough bums. Oh God, Ella, that's so bad. It's not bad. I'm just being serious.
It's just what it is.
No, I'm not bums, but like, maybe not bums is harsh. But I feel like I've been with enough people where it's like, I have to support you.
Yeah.
And like, you're not even taking your own future seriously. And because of the person that I am, because I give a shit, because I'm ambitious, I want to like pump all this energy into you, and consequently I feel like I've been with a lot of vampires in some sense, who want to take but aren't necessarily like giving in the same way, and I think that's why like it's just different, and that's why this whole black man in tech thing is actually something I find really interesting, because I just feel like it's not just about having money or having finances. It's about like having a sense of progression, I want to do this thing and I'm actively going to go after it. And I've just, for some reason, like the men that I've met recently who work in tech have had that kind of like mindset. And I find that really interesting.
100%.
And just aren't as, and this, I mean, it's a generalization, but also just don't feel as caught up in like all the bullshit that makes dating difficult. I don't know what it is, and it's specifically that. It's specifically black men who work in tech seem to have this. But I mean, devoid of like the job that they do, those are just the things that I'm looking for. I guess
corporate babe.
A corporate babe.
I think also there's an element as we're element. I don't know why. Element. Where we are creative people,
yes.
And I think but within that, we are creative people who are the kind of BTS, like we're the behind the scenes, as a director, as a producer, like we are the people that get shit done, like without us there is no performance. So it's like our roles are quite solution based. We are enablers. We are very giving, and that's like part of our jobs. When you meet somebody who is a artist in the creative field, their job is to be great. Their job is to do the job and be great.
Exactly.
And it's quite a self-centered role.
Yeah.
Even without, they always say that actors are meant to give on stage or give on screen, and they do. But I think there's also an element of like, as the artist, they are the main character in their life.
Yeah.
And obviously, being actors previously, or like acting, we understand that. I think when it comes to corporate babes, there's an element of responsibility and energy that they have that is not so laissez-faire as the artist that is floating in the wind and deciding, the freelance artist that's doing what they're doing.
Exactly.
And I think me, myself, who aspires for freelance and to work in the creative arts, that's not to say that I don't plan to, and I don't also have my own flaws within that. It's just to say that I also cannot be with somebody who's also doing that if I want to have kids or I want to settle down or I want to create a life for myself. I can't be with somebody who's also doing the same thing as me.
No.
Because me and them are going to be...
You're just trying to do the same
trains
things.
on the tracks. Like, it's not gonna work. And I've done it so many times. I've been with actors. I've been with musicians. I've been with videographers. I've been with photographers. I've had it. It's enough. And I just feel like when I date or I'm seeing corporate babes I am astounded by the way I'm treated. I'm God. Like, wow. And even to the point where like the guys with the men are just like, why is this even a question? You know, it's just the idea of like, I was so surprised by it in everything that like he does. And it's not just the monetary stuff. It's just the way in which he acts, the responsibility, the way, the planning, the everything around that I'm like, oh my God, I've never experienced this before. And he's just like, well, then you haven't been with a man. And so I would say that like there's something about those corporate babes that they just... It's like my favorite type is the corporate babe with a creative flair.
Yes,
that's my favorite. It's like you're a corporate babe, but you also have a love for the arts. So that when you are coming to see my shows, then you're like, yeah, I love this.
You appreciate it.
I'm happy that she's doing this thing, and I love it, and she loves it, and we love it together. Having art in our house, like that kind of thing, I'm like there for that. And I think that there's men out there that. And I, for me personally, my preference is black. But there's the black male, and somehow they happen to be in tech. That kind of person is like what I aspire to in my dating and 20s.
Jesus, it has to be, man. It has to be, because I just feel like the place that I am now, I am so tired of meeting. And I'm talking about men because I tend to date men more than anything else, like, and black men as well. Also my preference, sorry. But you know, if somebody of a different ethnicity approached me and they had the good features, maybe. But I've just always slept and dated black men. Like, that's just my type. But I am open-ish to an extent. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
You know what I
mean. But yeah, like, I just feel like I've just interacted with so many people where their words and their actions are in two different time zones.
Yeah.
You will say one thing and you can talk and you can talk and you can talk. You can talk to the cows come home, mate. But then when it comes to showing all of the things that you said, or like actually being the person that you say you are.
Yeah, actioning the stuff that you said in the meeting.
It's not happening, and that's not how it works. If you're gonna say that, then you need to also do it.
Yeah.
And I think like to have a healthy relationship with someone, that is going to be the thing that needs to happen. Like my last relationship ended for a multitude of reasons, but I think the biggest one, actually, if I think about it, is that this person could say so much to me that felt like the right thing, but when it came to doing those actions, it just didn't match up. And actually it becomes very unsafe very quickly, because if you're investing yourself into someone and investing all your time and your energy, and the expectation is, but that person is doing the same thing for me, but they actually are not. So they're just saying that they are. That's so mismatched. And I feel like, I don't know, some of the best advice I've ever gotten is the best advice, like, basically, what I'm trying to say is, since my breakup, there is advice I have heard, particularly from older women, particularly from older black women, that previously I discounted. And I was like, no, no.
That's you lot, Shen, not mine.
That part, all of that.
Yeah.
But actually, no, they know what they're saying. Like, one director I worked with, older black woman, I remember she once said to me, she was like, with men, you cannot ever give them your everything. That sounds so, like, crazy. But she was like, you can't. There has to be a air of mystery. You can't ever really completely, fully give yourself to that person. And she's married with multiple kids. They've been married for years, whatever. And I was like, oh, no, that's such a, like, old gen thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a way to act. But, bro, I fucking believe it. I think a man has to be, like, actually genuinely obsessed and terrified
to lose me.
Terrified to lose you. Otherwise, they will act up.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to be like, "Hi, be afraid, be afraid."
Get me.
No. I'm sorry. That was a lot of energy. Because I'm talking about men, it makes me feel so angry. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
But yeah, it didn't have to be that.
It's just stroking me.
Yeah, I feel really bad. I was really in her vein.
Oh my
Did you see
God.
that? But yeah, it doesn't have to be that. But I think they have to be a bit scared of you.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I like mine obsessed clingy. Like I like for a man to know that he is in love with me and wants to be with me for the rest of my life. Like I don't expect anything less.
That part.
That's just it. Like there's no because I know the thing is I know what I give in a relationship. And I know I know my worth. I know I'm a brilliant woman to be with. I'm a catch. Like I know that if you're with me, you're gonna have the best time of your life. Ask my Yodel reviews. They'll tell you.
They will tell you.
I'm a great woman to be with. So it's like I know what I give. So you have to match me. I'm sorry, but you have to be the person that is absolutely in love with me because I know you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah.
If you can do what I ask and you can do you can be that man that I'm looking for, then you will have an amazing time in all facets. Like you have a great time. Like if I'm happy, you're happy. I promise you.
Yeah.
But it's like to get to that stage, like there's certain things that have to be in place.
That part. And I actually feel like, especially now, like there's not so much, but like for me to actually welcome someone into my heart space, the cage I have put around my heart now to protect it. No, but like for me to trust someone, because really it's that. It's giving you the opportunity to break my heart. In order for that to happen, they're just going to have to really show up as like I your words mean nothing to me. I'm everything that I choose to do, or the trust that I give you will absolutely come from the actions that you take. That's kind of like the stance that I'm taking now. And it has to come
from actions.
It has to come from action. Because anybody, my mom has actually always said this to me, anyone can chat, anyone can say things, but the harder thing is always the doing. I can say that I want to go to the gym. The hardest thing is getting up and going.
And doing it.
How making time for it, prioritizing it, making an important thing in your life. But you have to do that. And I feel as if at the moment, and maybe this is just dating in your 20s, I feel like we're surrounded by people who, or particularly by men, no shade, and I know I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I am. I know women aren't perfect.
Yeah.
And dating obviously applies to lots of different genders, not to be too binary. But I do think I feel like I'm surrounded by men, particularly black men, who just can't do that. So like,
so it's all of this and they just can't do it. And I feel like they're just all in the tech space and we're just currently in the theater,
surrounded by these heathens who can't offer me anything. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like obviously like creating relationships are nice.
Like I there's something in dating in your 20s. There's something about being with somebody who you're up late with, you're both like one of you's editing, one of you is, learning lines, or you're doing this, it's all this creative vibe, it's all this, we have to eat noodles because I can't afford
because
to
we're poor.
Dinner, let's go to Morley's and get food. I don't know why I said Morley's. Let's go to Sam's and get food.
What's Sam's?
Anyway.
We live in different areas of London.
We live in different areas. She's not from Sheffield.
No, we talked about this. No, we talked about it. Listen, just because I'm from Sheffield doesn't mean I'm not a Londoner. I've been here for almost 10 years. This is my home. I'm a South London babe.
I'm a South London babe.
Babe from the South. I don't want to know what Sam's is.
My goodness.
Which one is this Sam? I've never lived in North London and I never will. If you see me in North, trust me, I'm lost. Or I'm visiting Andrea. That's the only reason why I'm there. That is the only reason why I am there.
We love North London. We love the Northwest. North Wheezy, baby. We take it easy, baby. Do you know what I mean?
You make it seem so charming though. It's hard not to like it. She does. But I still don't like it.
She's like, I like her.
Not North London.
But yeah, like we go chicken shocked. We eat chicken and chips because we're so struggling. And there's something really fun about that. And I will say, like, again, a lot of my sexual exploration has been with creative people because y'all are all crazy.
And nasty.
You guys are all crazy and nasty.
So
and nasty. You guys are nasty. And we love it.
Yeah.
But it's just like in my now life, I'm starting to learn about like what I like, and also I'm starting to feel I'm getting the freak in these corporate babes, and I'm getting that part. And I think like I can't speak for the corporate babes in question, but I think being with people like us who are creative and ambitious and doing these things, like having a podcast and doing that, we're an inspiration to them, and they're an inspiration to us because they got their life together. So it's like together we are so locked in and great. And that's also the same for like creative men. Like I personally feel like, yes, creative women are great for you, but I also feel like you should date outside of that and have a look at those corporate babes, because those corporate babes sometimes want to go on a whirlwind. They're doing a 9 to 5. They're bored. They want to be out and about with whatever you lot are playing. Go out with them.
Whatever you lot are doing.
Go play with them. Go play with them.
But also, it might teach you some responsibility, because they're not. Well, I don't know. This is all a generalization.
Yeah, we're all generalizing.
Well, just generalizing. But you know, I think like, if you're making a certain amount of money and like you're used to these corporate men that can do this for you and do that for you, then
it'll kind of give you a kick up the backside to get it together.
Get your shit together. And my shit isn't together, but you know, I'm actively trying every day
to get the shit together.
Shit together. Honestly, Andrea, I aspire.
Maybe
one
we should
day
go to one of his work.
Do you know what? Take me. Take me. Take me.
One of his work days.
Listen, I feel like I'm good at chat. I can do a bit of chat.
And that's another thing. Like, I feel like being in those spaces, like, it's also interesting for their colleagues to meet you as a creative and be like, oh, so what do you do? Oh, I'm a producer. I'm a director. Oh
my god, what's that? Oh my god, I love meeting these non-creative types who just find what you do so fascinating. It's so cute. I'm like, yeah. Oh my god, you have a podcast? Wow. What does that mean? Oh my gosh, you work in theatre? Wow.
What's your job? Do you see shows? Yes, every day.
Every day. Sometimes I don't want to.
Sometimes I don't want to be there. I'm tired. But yeah, it's just, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
It really is. How do you think that, like, being in your... Because we kind of talked about that a little bit before we get into Word of the Week, but, like, being in your Saturn return has changed your dating expectations or affected your... the person that you're seeing now? Like, how do you think it's changed that for you?
Because I think the early 20s feel very... I'm just trying to work it out. And again, like, if advice for the young bucks, just explore. Like, just explore in those early 20s, just have a good time. Because whilst you don't have responsibilities, and, you know, obviously people have different stages in their life, but if you're a young person that without responsibilities, without things that are going to tie you down to one place, go and explore and do this stuff. Like, go out and have the fun. Because when that Saturn return hits you, bomba claro.
No, it's actually the pit of hell.
It was very, because I think that was like the drastic change. I feel like pre-25, it was all just free for all. I was just doing stuff. And then it hit like my 25s to my 27s, and it got real intense.
God.
And then I went through like again, because much like you are, like, I don't, within my casual situations, it's very rare that I look to them for something serious. It's never really that. It's like, I'll have my casual situations, but I will know when the time comes for me to be serious with someone.
Yeah.
And I feel like when it came into my Saturn return time, I was becoming this person who actually who was getting tired of like the constant like casual situations, and I was getting tired of it, that I was becoming that person, but my situation hadn't changed. So then when I was faced with what in a normal setting, although the guy was an asshole, I think what would have been a normal kind of like ending of a situation or ending of a casual dating situation became deeper for me because I was becoming a different person. And because my Saturn was returning, I was like learning all of these new things about myself whilst this was happening. So it became a lot deeper. If this was 25, I would have been like, yeah, cool, gone, bye. Yeah. One and done, like they said last time. That would have been fine. But because of what I was, going through emotionally and as a person, I was like, oh my gosh, this is harrowing. I can't do this. But then it meant that I learnt a lot within that year. Now, like I said, I'm going into my 29s now, the end of my 20s into my 30s. I'm now understanding who I am as a person, what I like and what I want and what I deserve. And also, that's why I can confidently say I'm a brilliant woman to be with, because I know that now. I know what I give and I know what I bring to a situation. So leaving that, I can leave those casual situations and actively say, and even if the situations that I go into now and the relationships I go into now don't work out, I'm not in, I'll be heartbroken, I'll be sad and all of that, but I'll also be, that doesn't take away from me. That doesn't make me any less amazing. It's just that this situation didn't work because it didn't work. It's not anything to do with how I see myself and things like that. And that's why now it feels different. Leaving the 20s, leaving the 20s feels completely different.
It's so interesting. Wow. That's so transformational. No, it's true. It sounds like you really it kind of turned on its head a little bit, or everything that you experienced pre-25 has really directly impacted and affected your dating life now. And
did
also
you
how
feel
you
that? Did you have something like that?
I think so, but because I think everybody's Saturn return teaches them something slightly differently, and I think my Saturn return has taught me that I spent the majority of my 20s, 20 to 27, dating different versions of the same man.
God.
That is what I've actually realized, and that's part of the change. Because I was in a relationship for 3 years. We were living together, whatever. It ended quite badly, for lots of reasons, and that happened when I was 25, and that was just hell. The aftermath, everything that happened, whatever, hell, horrible, hated it. And then my most recent breakup has been 27. So it feels like I've had these two pivotal breakups in my 20s, but both of them have asked me to interrogate the same thing, which is about me, what I'm willing to accept. It's about the red flags that I ignore. And it's also about me listening to myself and actually I am the one that decides whether I do X, Y, or Z. I am the final say in my own voice. I think also this was years of therapy that's been unpicking all of this, because I started therapy after that first breakup. But I think I've realized that as a person I can be very warm and accepting, and I love people, and I love when people feel comfortable around me. I love people feeling confident. I love being part of the person that helps people to have that. Yes. That's a big thing for me. But I think when that translates into relationships, it would always translate into me over-functioning, into me ignoring signs, into me enabling behaviour. Enabling bad behaviour. And I think that's what 27 has taught me. It's really made me have to hard stamp on boundaries, but also hard stamp on expectations.
Yes.
And I know expectations can be negative, but I think in my case I need to have expectations in order to not allow myself to accept less than I deserve. That's really what 27 has had me.
Clacky. This is the cookie. Clacky. This is the cookie. I don't know how to do it. The kids be doing this thing.
Yeah, this thing. I don't know. Yeah. No, but yeah, I feel that's really where I am. And, I want to get married and have kids and build a future with someone and have a fucking empire and take over the world. I want to do all of that shit.
And you will.
And I will.
Yeah.
But I think, I think that's why this period of singledom is so good. Because I don't know. I think I've also just realized, I yearn for relationships. Yes. I yearned for relationships quite a lot. I think being super hyper independent in my childhood, I think being a young carer when I was younger, I think dedicating so much of my youth to my family, and I love them, and I would never change any of that all of that needed to happen. But I think when I came to London, it was oh my God, I just want to feel young and free and supported, and I want to meet the love of my life, and I want to be treated well, and I want to just be that. I want to do the things, get married, and then be on that journey. And I think I wanted to fast track all of that.
Yes.
So I like wanted that, but without knowing really what I actually wanted beyond just a relationship.
And also what you give.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong. This is the thing. There's actually nothing wrong with being that person.
Yeah.
But it's about how you use that, and also who deserves it. It sounds like your 27s was your way of being like, wow, I am this amazing powerhouse of a woman, and these people are not the ones that deserved it.
No.
Because they couldn't handle it. They couldn't take it, and they weren't ready for a woman like that.
No, you're so right. And I actually feel very seen in you saying that whole thing. Babe, I've created a voice reel for a man. I've edited a man's CV. I've written applications for men. Babe, trauma.
I had to shake.
Babe, the things I have done for a man, when I'm in love, wow. I will
If I could show you that blood clot Google Drive with all the stuff, I have a folder for each of these.
Man, me too. It's actually mad.
Okay,
me too.
Getting very hot.
Because you make stuff for them and you help them and then you put it all in a neat folder so it doesn't get mixed up with your stuff, babe. That's actually insane.
Oh my God, the way that I know how to do the podcast, the way we're doing the podcast, the way I know how to. Is the energy that I said, why have I not put this into myself?
Exactly.
Why have I not put this into myself? Because I was out here struggling. I was out here doing plans for men.
Yeah.
And doing all of these things and breaking down their whole life, sitting down with them, how to do this, how to, giving them all of my good secrets. For them to just go out and do it anyway with somebody else. Are you tatting the piss, man? Are you tatting the piss, man? I can't do this.
No, exactly that. But I think that's why I'm like, no, I need to invest the amount of time and energy I can put into a man. I'm going to invest it into myself because I am not out here to be building husbands for other women. It's actually okay. I'm not here to do that. I'm not going to expand my energy in that way. But I love it because I feel like in the aftermath of my Saturn return, my Saturn currently returning, in the aftermath of what was a very painful, like, I don't mind even sharing this because, dating your 20s, but like, I've been in a few serious relationships, like 2 serious ones. Then a few that weren't that serious, but yeah, there were relationships, I suppose. But I've been in a few, and I feel as if this last breakup was the first time I was like, oh my God, I actually loved this person. Like, it was painful. Like, I was sobbing on the floor to my best friend. Like, it was actually painful. But I think in the aftermath of that, I was like, oh my God, the capacity that I have to love.
Yeah.
The way in which I can love somebody. You just have to protect someone from getting there. Invest that energy into yourself. Invest that amount of love into yourself. We'll see what happens. And like part of the aftermath of that has been this podcast.
Yeah.
And us making it. And us like genuinely
dedicating time.
Exactly.
And dedicating energy to it.
Yeah.
And it's something you was talking about your relationships. I think it's important to say, when my early relationship, not my teenage one, but like I've only been in 1.5 because the teenage one doesn't really count. But the one relationship I was in did teach me about boundaries because I did everything for him. Not that he didn't deserve it. You know I love you. You know you're my fave. But like, and I think it was reciprocated quite well to his capacity. But I think it did teach me that I can't do a million things for this one person. I have to also put myself first. Yeah. And I didn't put myself first. And that wasn't a fault of him.
Yeah.
That was me.
100%.
And I had to come to that realization because, again, when it came to casual dating situations, I was out here making Google Drives. And I can't be doing that. I mean, my boyfriend at the time, he deserved it because we were planning together. But you casuals, I don't know what the hell I'm doing that for.
There's one reason why
am I out here sending you jobs?
No.
Like, the fuck? What am I doing? 3 a.m. jobs? Am I a dunce? So it's like now, and that's to say, like now, doing this serious situation, it's not. I don't have to take away from that. It's not like I can't sit with this guy and sit there and plan and build. It's just that now it's a joint situation. I'm not giving 100%.
Yeah.
I'm giving 50. He meets me at 50. We do it together.
Yeah.
And then this gives me 50 to work on things like the podcast.
Yes.
And work on things like other things.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so true. Like one book I read, I can't even remember what it was, but like, well, one book I read was just basically like, even when you're with someone, it's so easy to get wrapped up in somebody's current. I think I said something similar in one of our other episodes, like pulled into somebody else's current. But in a relationship, if you don't have a really strong sense of these are the things that are important to me, this is what I have to do every day, these are my non-negotiables, this is how I live my life, then it's very easy for someone to come in and all the hard work, all the things you do, all the things, people that you love, you just like, bye, see you later, because you just get wrapped up in the relationship. And really, like, it should be someone, they come into your life, you keep doing all the amazing things you're doing, but then you also have more capacity to do more, because 100%. They are actively adding to your life on a day-to-day basis, and vice versa. Like, it's a true reciprocal relationship.
100%.
So I really hear you.
100%. So guys, do it. If you're young buck, do it, explore, love it.
Yeah.
And if you're going through your Saturn return, my thoughts and prayers.
Literally, we're in it together.
My thoughts and prayers to you.
Honestly.
And then we're all going to be in our 30s together having a fun time.
Yeah, 100%. And I will also say, because I'm on this journey, so if you're also single, not to say that you're not, but you're not quite single, so go away. But if you are, I'm joking. If you are like, or just in a space where you're not actively trying to like get into anything serious, still go and date. I don't know if I'm quite ready for that. I'll share with you guys when I am. Maybe it's my personal life, so maybe not, but we'll see. But I just think go and date different people without necessarily pinning anything on it, because I've never really done that. I'm currently in a place where I am doing that, and I think it's good because you can kind of see, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is my red flags, these are my green flags, and you date different types of people and people that you usually wouldn't date, and you just get to know more about yourself. Like, it's the same thing as like having sex with different types of people. It's all learning, so I implore you to do so. We're on this journey together.
And if you're not necessarily single, but you're also not in a committed relationship, but you're building towards that, then also just remember to check in with yourself at every stage, because there's no rush. There's no, this has to happen by this point, or this not gonna, just enjoy. Like, one thing I will say, like, in that part of the dating is enjoy every moment, every bit that you feel giddy, you get butterflies, you have a great time, and you feel like this is your person, or you're locking in, or whatever that may be. Don't fear of the end, just enjoy it. And I think, like, even me bringing this up here on this platform is me enjoying it, because I could eat my words in a couple months time. I mean, God forbid. But who knows, anything could happen. But I won't regret just enjoying what it is, and enjoying talking about it, and enjoying talking about the butterflies, the happiness, the feelings, and just living in that moment. And just do that. Like, I encourage you to just enjoy. Just let that, you've gone through, or you might not have gone through this dating situation, a hoe phase, whatever place you're coming from, but you're with this person, and this person is special to you, then just enjoy it. Have a good time, and don't feel guilty or upset or anything like that. Don't overthink it, don't worry about it, just let it happen. Let it happen, and check in with yourself that you are being your most authentic self within that situation, and you're fine.
I love that so much.
I love how we can come with these two different like angles. And it's like we've both kind of experienced what the other person's talking about, but it's like now we're just saying it, because I'm hearing you speak, and I'm like, oh my god, yes. And I'm like, yes.
But also likewise, I'm like, yes. Although even though I've been in relationships before, it's really great because I know that you've been through a period of just like really focusing on yourself. So I know the place that you're coming from when you're speaking about your current situation or the person you're currently seeing is just different and so evolved, and like I just love hearing you speak about it. It's actually quite beautiful, and also to see it progress. It's really, really lovely.
It's nice. Fingers crossed.
Okay, so that was our pillow talk section. We hope you enjoyed it. It's something a little bit different. I know we talk about sex a lot, but you know, we are a podcast that talks about sex, relationships and intimacy, so sometimes we might throw these curveballs at you. But next up, we're actually going to a new segment. So far we've shown you the group chat, we've shown you Reddit reads, which is something we recently introduced, and now we are introducing a section called Am I the Arsehole? So I mean, some of you may know AITA already, but with our Am I the Arsehole, we're going to introduce a dilemma, and we're just going to talk about it and give our opinion on whether or not they are a dickhead or actually they're in the right. So today we've got a special little scenario for you. Okay, so today the user has said, am I the asshole for dating a guy I told my ex not to worry about? And there's even an update.
Oh my god.
So we'll read the thing and then the update. So today's am I the asshole is the following. Am I the asshole for dating a guy I told my ex not to worry about? So 3 months ago, I, 21-year-old female, went out to a club as it was a student night, which means £2.50 drinks. I went out with a big group of girls. While out, I met a man who was 23. I don't exactly remember how or why we started talking, but he was talking to me and my friend, and while we were talking, he realised his friend had walked off. So me and my friend told him to stay with us and hang out. We ended up spending the rest of our time there with him, and though he was talking to my friend too, me and him clicked really well. We were both in relationships and made it clear this wasn't some hookup thing, even showing each other's pics of our partners. But as the night went on and we got drunker, I admit it sort of felt like our interactions did sort of border on flay. So they were flay. Some examples are... If we're walking through a crowd, we would hold hands so we didn't get separated. 2, I danced with him a lot. Again, holding hands, no grinding or anything. I did hug him a lot, and at one point he picked me up during a hug and I wrapped my legs around him and this caused my skirt to roll up, and he like rolled it back down for me when he put me down. Girl. Girl. Sorry, but you know, girl.
Did they just meet?
Yeah.
Fair.
4, I pretended to be his girlfriend to get rid of a girl who was pestering him by saying, could you not flirt with my boyfriend, and kissing him on the cheek and then like holding on to him. And 5, at the end of the night when I had to leave, I kissed him goodbye and we sort of accidentally kissed. Accidentally kissed?
How do your lips accidentally touch?
She said, by that I mean we both tried to kiss each other on the cheek at the same time and our lips connected. That was an accident in capital letters. And we both apologized and it was awkward. Andrea.
Is this a movie?
Is this a film? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Right.
Wow. Continuing on. The week after, me and him ended up texting quite regularly, and he arranged, it was my idea, to have both of our friendship groups meet. No. I'm sorry, no. You have a man, like, clearly.
You actually have a babe. Did you tell your babes about him?
Because you probably didn't. And if you didn't, it's because you know.
You knew it was bad. Right.
But moving on. So we could hang out again, and we had good chemistry, so we thought our friends would probably have good chemistry too. It went well. Now our friendship groups are mixed and I have a bunch of new friends. 2 of his friends ended up dating 2 of my friends. One of them ended up being boyfriend and girlfriend. Unfortunately though, my boyfriend was less than happy about this man, of course. He didn't like that we texted. He hated the story of how we met, which I got, as I can see how from the outside it looks sus, even though our intentions were innocent. I did introduce the 2 of them and they seemed to get on well and were laughing around together. But then later that night, my boyfriend started slagging him off for no reason, which caused me to argue because he was being fake. About 2 weeks ago, M broke up with his girlfriend. I think M is the guy. I'm not sure the exact details. I think they sort of fizzled out due to being at different stages in their life, blah, blah, blah. When my boyfriend found out, he told me he didn't want me to text or be friends with him anymore as he was now single. I said I'm not going to cut him off when he's going through a hard time, and that the idea that I all of a sudden can't be friends with someone just because they are single is ridiculous. My boyfriend wouldn't accept that and said if I carried on being friends with him, he would break up with me. So I broke up with him then and there as I was tired of him acting jealous and controlling.
Did you?
Did you? Is that why you broke up with him, though?
Did you really break up with him for that reason?
Is that why? Are you sure? Because, girl, it seems like you just wanted a reason. But hey. Okay, so then on Thursday, I got a text from my friend who's in a relationship with one of M's friends. She said her and my other friend, who's dating one of his friends, were going to London on a trip we're going to London on Friday for a trip, and asked if me and M wanted to come. I texted him, and he said his friend had asked him the same question, and we both agreed we'd go. When we got there, things were different than I anticipated, and it definitely felt like a triple date. We did mini golf, food, a cocktail bar, and at the end of the night, we decided to stay in London as we didn't manage to fit in everything we wanted to do.
Okay.
We all got hotel rooms, and me and M got one too, with 2 beds in the room. Why are you sharing a room? No, I'm sorry. You know what you're doing. Anyway.
I mean, you're single now, but still, you know.
What? You know. And also, this is why your boyfriend wasn't happy about it. We'll talk about it.
Because he knew too.
We knew too. We all knew. Everybody knew, and everybody should have been honest.
Everybody collectively.
So, they got 2 beds in the room, but they ended up sharing a bed and making out of it. The next day, we went out to Camden Food Market and then to Babylon Park, which is a giant arcade. Unnecessary information. We decided to stay another night, and this time me and M had to get a room with 1 bed as there was no double rooms. Convenient. We went to a club, back to the room. I ended up giving him head. Sister, please. Woo. Okay, this is the final paragraph. If you're still reading, well done. Next morning, I woke up to 50 messages from my ex calling me a liar and a cheat and saying he knew I was away on a triple date. Sorry, this is so scandalous. I told him I was single and could do what I want. He kept accusing me of cheating with M, saying it's weird after a 3-year relationship for me to move on in 2 weeks with a guy we had fought about. I mean, that is weird. And who I said wasn't a problem. I told him M wasn't the problem. He was the problem, and that if he hadn't been so jealous, none of this would have happened. He kept accusing me of gaslighting him and kept being dramatic, so I blocked him. What? Sorry. This story is insane.
Oh my god.
I told M and the 2 couples we were with, and they said he was just being pathetic and that everything was above board. But some of my friends say I'm wrong for moving on so soon with M. Am I? So wait, sorry. One of the first comment says, you and M accidentally kissed. Did you just run into his mouth as you were leaving? No, it is.
Okay. The first time they met, there's obviously electric energy, and I can attest to sometimes you meet someone and it's just the spark is there. Exactly. The spark is there, and you're locked in, and you're like, oh my god, like,
who is this person? Where
have you been? Oh my lady, oh my lady, where have you been? Oh my. But it's true.
It's so
sometimes
true.
it's just the electric is just there, and you're just like, oh my god, like this person is crazy, and we lock in. Now, at that point, I understand the boyfriend's point of view.
Yeah, I do.
Because, and I don't know whether I'll go as far as to say you're an asshole, because she did wait until she was single.
Yeah, that is true. She did wait. She waited.
Because she wanted to.
She wanted to do that.
We can't pretend.
Yeah, it's true.
She wanted to.
It's true.
So she did wait until she was single.
Yeah.
But he still had cause to worry.
100%. I mean, the thing is, they were texting. Like the whole first meet was full of touch it, roll up,
down,
like
everything.
Bro, there was so
accidental
much.
Kiss.
I've never accidentally kissed someone in my life. I've never done that.
Somebody in my life ever.
I've never done that.
That's never happened.
No, if
kissed someone, I'm kissing you because I want
to do that, or I'm close enough to you to want to do it, but maybe I'm hesitant because I know. Anyway, like, you knew what was happening, girl. Sometimes you just gotta be honest with yourself. Like,
and also to your babes, because you broke up with him.
Mm-hmm.
You broke up with him because you found out that M was single.
100%.
So be honest, and I get why the ex is mad, because 50 missed calls is crazy.
I mean,
but I get why he's mad, because he said you made me look like I was nuts.
Yeah.
I was bringing up the fact that I feel I don't like yeah, I feel uncomfortable with with the relationship you had with this guy.
And you're telling me, no, you don't need to worry, it's fine. And the thing is, like, in a relationship, yeah, if you, because you're gonna meet people like that. You're gonna meet people that I did. You know, you meet people and you're like, fuck, wow, there's a real connection here. Like,
yeah.
And you just can't help it. But that is the moment you put the boundaries in and you stay away, unless you're in an open relationship, whatever, and that's your thing. And obviously, if you are, do your thing. But you have to, like, preemptively protect your relationship, because the moment you start to feed that energy, like, anything could happen.
You can't be close with that person because you know what that means.
Yeah, 100%. And it will, any energy, any intimate energy of attraction, whatever, that you're not feeding into your partner and you start to accidentally feed into someone else, it's gonna detract from that relationship. And your man knew. That's why he was crashing the fuck out.
Yeah.
I would crash out. Babe, it's like what we were talking about the other day.
Oh, yes.
About just like, you know, exes.
With chemistry between people, sometimes you can't escape the chemistry between that person.
You can't.
And again, I would crash out. I respect the ex-boyfriends crash out because sometimes you know in yourself, you knew that energy was crazy. You knew that it was awkward. There's so many things that you put in place,
honestly,
that you knew. And when you found out the guy was single, is when you decided to pounce. So don't come and lie.
But I also think there's a world where she could have been doing all that and actually ignoring herself. Like, to give her the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Like, in her mind, she genuinely was like, okay, I do have a connection. But I just want this person to be around me. It's not that I want to cheat, but...
She gave him head.
No, but
this
after
is the thing.
that...
No.
Because after that, she was already single.
Yes, but she gave him head. Like, this is the thing this is what we're not understanding. She took the action to give him head.
By choice.
She
wanted to do that. She's been thinking about that.
The kiss you say is an accident.
Yeah.
But to give somebody head... No, he gave me head, you know.
No, I gave him head. Bro, she's been thinking about it.
You wanted to.
Listen, I don't give any man head unless I want to, because head with me is an experience. So I only give it to people that deserve it. Of course, it's one of the best things
you'll feel in your life.
Ever. But do you know what I mean? She wanted to do that. She wanted to please him. She wanted to hear him moan, and she wanted to be feral.
That's you lot's favourite, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's you lot's favourite. Feral. You love it.
Oh God, but yeah, no. She might not. She might have been like, you know, when you're like, oh, I don't want to listen to. I'm just gonna. Yeah, okay. I like being around him, but I just like being around him. No, you gotta interrogate and investigate. It's everything that you were saying about whether you're in a relationship, seeing someone seriously, dating casually. You gotta check in with yourself.
Yes.
Because that's only when you're gonna know really what you want. Because if you're here, you know, slightly lusting, thinking about like bringing someone into your relationship unbeknownst to you, then it's
and your partner's bringing it up and you're crashing out at him when he's crashing out. I would crash out. I don't know if you're an asshole. I think that's crazy. No. I think it's a bit aggressive. But then again, I feel like I'm going to say this with every single one that we have. I feel like I wouldn't call you an asshole, but I would say, babe, you're misguided.
Yes, that was some questionable behavior. And it's okay. It's okay to meet someone and to be like, fuck, I think that this person, I'm attracted to them, but I would implore you to think of it more as an investigation point. Why do I have space to be pulled away from my relationship?
Yes.
If I'm really happy, if this is really serving me, if this relationship is really the one for me, why am I allowing myself to be pulled in a different direction?
Yeah.
I ain't perfect. Listen, I've done some things in this life, but that's the advice I would give to her if I was talking to her in person. Yeah. All right, so moving on. What did you say?
Last segment.
I know, it's so sad. I've actually really loved it. I love recording our episodes anyway, but I've loved this episode. Yeah. It's so fun to just, because it feels like one of our chats.
Yeah, it literally feels like we've just been chatting with the camera on.
Literally. But moving on, we are going to finish off by playing a little game with you all. And we thought we'd actually rate some of the different dating apps that are out there. You know, technologically dating is like one of the biggest things that I feel like a lot of us in our 20s are currently dealing with. Well, 20s and above, to be honest. Like, there's so many things coming out. And with this new app, BLK, which I think is like a app specifically for black people to date, we thought it'd be interesting to rate a few. We're not going to rate BLK today.
We said that like we're being sponsored. We're not.
Yeah. There's this new app called, we're not being sponsored by them. They don't know who we are. But if you want to sponsor us, sponsor us. But yeah, we just thought we'd rate some of the different apps that people use out there and talk about our experiences on them. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so starting off, we're gonna talk about probably the biggest dating app that exists. I was using it when I was in uni. I'm sure we all were. Tinder. So, what would you rate Tinder out of 10?
It depends what I'm after, but I would say, even interface wise, I would say Tinder is gonna get a 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna even say like a 4, maybe even a 3.
I don't really like Tinder.
No.
I didn't like the essence of Tinder. I didn't like the fact that their algorithm is crap. Like, I just didn't. I didn't know.
No,
Tinder's not it for me.
Yeah, I felt like, I don't know. It just all felt very like uncoordinated. That's the only way that I can like explain it. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of fake profiles, and it just it's just so many fake profiles. So and everybody's lying about their height. Don't lie about your height. It's just don't lie. I met this guy that said he was like 5. What did he say? He was like 5'10", girl. He was like 5'8".
Oh,
he was the same height as me. Don't lie. It's not cute. But anyway, yeah. So I would put Tinder down there. I don't really use it. Used to use it when I was younger. Not anymore.
Nah.
Okay. Bumble, which is like a biggie. I haven't used it that much.
I actually never used Bumble.
Really?
But a lot of my friends say that Bumble is like pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of my friends are like, it's one of the ones that you can actually click and connect. Bumble had a moment before Hinge became as big as it is now. I think Bumble had a real like zeitgeist time, and now it's kind of like fallen off. But I would give Bumble, I know a couple that are like engaged to be married now. Wow. Well, I don't really speak to them anymore. They're my ex's friends. But and that situation was a bit weird. But you know, I don't know how I saw it, but I saw it, and they're engaged now, which I think is really cute. But yeah, they met on Bumble, like properly. I know, and now they like live together in a different city. So yeah, I guess success wise, it's quite good. I'll probably give it like a 6.
Maybe a 6 is, yeah, I was gonna say 6.
Yeah, but controversially, I don't like the whole thing of
the woman has to say it first. No,
God, I don't want to do that. I don't always want to do. Do you know? You have to be so interesting for me to want to pop up on a fucking dating app, and I don't like it all being in my hands. It's too much.
No,
so
I actually don't want it in my hands.
I don't want. No. I don't. I want to have the option. I don't want to have to. Yeah. So yeah.
Same. I agree.
So 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Hinge is definitely my favorite out of all of them.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Of course you are. Ew.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
Why'd you give it a 10 though?
No, I think it's really cool. I don't know. I enjoy the interface of Hinge. I like the way it looks, and also I think with Hinge you have so many options of showing your personality that when people don't show their personality, it's easy to weed through them.
That's so true. I never thought about it that way, but it's exactly that. I feel exactly the same way.
Yeah, because then you can choose. Like, you can choose whether you're just going to meet this person as, like, bang, bang, thank you, ma'am. Or if you're going to do it in, like, oh, no, actually, this person's quite interesting.
Yes.
They've taken time to put this profile out there, which means they're intentional.
Yes.
So, intentional for what? We don't know. But at least I can see a bit about them.
Yeah.
And I can, like, chat to them on that.
There's a sense of intention. I agree. I think it's easier to not really like see people, but to see people and like to weed through people in Hinge. Yeah. I like the interface a lot. I like how it looks. I like how like the functionality of it. I think the app developers have really worked at finding like what the formula is and then honing that. So I fuck with Hinge. I'd probably give it like an 8 actually.
Yeah.
If I was more in a space today, I think I'd probably be using it more, but because I'm not, sometimes it gets a bit like overwhelming. I don't want to talk to people. But I think it's a great app if you're actually trying to like meet up and date people.
Yeah, and like it's had a lot of success stories. So.
Yeah, many success stories, and long may they continue by the grace of God. Amen. Okay, so next, I'll tell you guys, but we're not gonna rate them because on the list there's also OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, Match.com, and Facebook Dating.
Which, to be fair, like I've just seen these on Catfish, so I'm not going on there. All of these, it's always POF. It's always I met them on Plenty of Fish. Facebook dating's insane.
Yeah, Facebook dating is insane. I didn't even know that was a thing.
No,
I've learned about that today.
I'm not doing that.
No.
For you to see my pictures when I was like 13, no thanks.
No, that's weird. We're not at that level. No. Mm-mm. So yeah, I wouldn't. I've never used any of those, and I'm not really interested in using any of those. So
but if you have, then let us know in the comments.
Tell us. It's interesting and we want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we've got something called Pure. Have you used Pure before?
No.
So I've used Pure before. It's a very interesting app. The person I met from Pure...
Were they pure?
Anything but. They were extremely nasty. And I had a great time. But basically, it's like an anonymous app. So you can't like... well, you can, obviously, but there's no names or anything. It's just images. And some people will like put none. Some people will put like a few. You put like a little... description of like what you're looking for, and then you can also pick like your kinks. So when you match with someone, yeah, it can also show like what kinks do we have in common or what things do we like. And I mean, I haven't had like masses of success, and sometimes it can be very overwhelming as an interface, but I think the premise is really interesting. And because I've had like a positive experience from that, I would actually recommend it as an app. So I'd give it like a 7, maybe like a 7-8. Same thing with Hinge, but purely for hookups.
Yeah.
Obviously, it could be really unsafe, and obviously, like, people could be chatting shit and stuff. But I think if you are selective and specific, there could be opportunities.
Be able to do it.
Yeah.
I would say I did. I used Field.
Yes. What would you rate Field?
So Field, I would rate. To be fair, I didn't actually meet anyone off there. And I would say that a lot of the conversations kind of was online only.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why. I think it's because people are like in busy lives and want to just, you know, have somebody to
chat to.
But I would, and Field is similar to Pure in the sense that like you put your kinks, you put your stuff, you put a couple of pictures, and you can match with people with similar kinks and stuff. The interface is quite whack. I don't like the interface of Field at all, or the functionality. But I would give it a 5.
Yeah,
I'd give it a
solidly.
5, yeah.
I do the same thing. The app is extremely glitchy. It's extremely glitchy. And they just like shadow ban people all the time, really randomly. And then you have to like send in verification even though you're already verified. It's really, it's too much. Very cumbersome.
Yeah.
So I would agree with you and put that as a 5.
Yeah.
And then the only other one on here that I have used is Badoo, but I used that, Bado, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but years ago. And it's just, I mean, you can be yourself, you can put a different name, you can put a different photo, whatever. It doesn't feel as safe or trustworthy as all of the other apps. No, it doesn't. But funnily enough, I had a threesome when I was younger. Oh, this is a fucked up story when I think about it now. But basically, I had a threesome when I was younger in uni, and the person I had the threesome with was someone I met on that app. But I thought I was going to meet a woman, and it was actually a woman and her man. So it kind of happened.
Right.
But like now I wouldn't. That would be like a hard no.
Yeah.
That's you've lured me into it. And I didn't necessarily think that they were trying to do that. But obviously, like, if you're not disclosing who is going to be there, and the fact
that's crazy.
You're not. So I was a bit, but because of the space, I was so like, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. But but it's an interesting app. I don't think it's very safe. I wouldn't use it. I'd give it like a 3.
Fair.
Yeah. But other people in other countries may have different experiences. That's just mine.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, I am. It was just, I can look at it now in hindsight and be like, that wasn't okay. That wasn't okay. Yeah. Like that was a very unboundaried moment for me.
Yeah.
And that was a moment of me just not really wanting to rock the boat, not having that much confidence to speak up for myself. And even though the experience was interesting, the reason why now I'm like, I really want to have a threesome is because I would love to do it now.
With consent.
With consent.
Understanding that this is what we're doing.
Yeah, like I actually want to do that. I'm going to this place to do this with this person rather than I'm being like kind of lured into a situation. Really fucked up. But yeah, so that's our ratings for all the different apps. Let us know your thoughts. If you have an app that you want to recommend, let us know. And if you have used BLK,
tell us. I'm really intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm actually really intrigued.
Let us know. We'd love to know it. But thank you so much for listening to another episode and coming into our bed with us again.
God, it's getting so dark.
It's getting so dark. Like, it's time to sleep. Monday very much is coming. We are recording on a Sunday. Cry. But as always, please keep in the conversation at In The Sheet on all of the different platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, and TikTok. Yes. And TikTok. I was like, what's that other thing? And TikTok. And just keep in the conversation. Message us. We want to know. Tell us things.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.